Hi, this is Michael Toman. I'm sitting here with my dad, Peter Toman, and he is one of the owners of Clarity Vision Group, which is located in Cumming, Georgia. I want to thank him for his time this morning for this assignment. I have a few questions for you. What ignited the spark in you to start a business venture or to make significant changes in an existing business?
I like the idea of being able to control my time. I like the idea of being able to control the income I earn, and I found an opportunity that gave me the ability to do both of those things.
How do you find people to bring into your organization that truly care about the organization the way you do?
That's a great question. That's real important. That's probably a big part of the reason why we've had the success we've had. We rely a lot on initially finding people that are recommended to us. So I asked my staff if they knew of anybody. Several of our current employees came from other places that people worked at before. And then we go through a process where they have a chance to interview with several of us, and we're looking for the kind of characteristics and qualities in the interviewing process that we feel would match well with our practice here.
All right. How important have good employees been in your success?
They're extremely important. We get a lot of compliments from patients that the people that we have in our environment here, they really like them. It keeps them coming back. In fact, I just finished with a patient earlier this morning who comes from probably 35 to 45 minutes away and passes several other opportunities to have a vision exam. But she comes all the way over to us because she likes the people that we have in our environment here.
If you had the chance to start your career over again, what would you do differently?
Probably would have made this decision a lot sooner. I would have been willing to take on some of the risk that I was, I guess, afraid of initially in my earlier years, and I probably would have had a lot more success, more than I have currently.
What would you say are the top 3 skills needed to be a successful entrepreneur?
You have to be willing to work hard. You have to be willing to take risks, and you have to have a product or a service that people want, and you have to be willing to give what people want.
How many hours do you work a day on average?
Physically in my office, anywhere from 7 to 8 hours. Sometimes I'll come in a little earlier. I'll stay a little bit later. Sometimes I'll do some stuff at home. I really try to stop working at my office and not bring it home, but I'm pretty much involved in every aspect of our business at this point, so there are things that I can't do in the office, and there are things that I can only do in the office.
Describe your typical day.
Well, I get up and I see my family off to school. I get to the office here around 8:30. The first patients are being pre-tested at that point in time. We see patients from 8:30 to around 12:30, and then we have a break, and then we have an afternoon session where I'll see patients from about 2 o'clock until about 6 o'clock, and the office is usually open until about 6:30.
How do you generate new ideas?
Well, we encourage new ideas from all of our staff members. We hold a staff meeting twice a month just for that purpose, to lay out new ideas that we're looking at implementing and getting feedback. We ask them anonymously to pass us like a suggestion box kind of note. Patients give us ideas. I have a business partner that he and I bounce ideas back and forth on. I'm open to new ideas. They have to make sense financially. They have to improve in an area that we are currently looking to make better. Not all ideas are good, or not all ideas will work for us, but the ability to have multiple sources to kind of bounce ideas off of has been very beneficial to us.
Okay. What is the best way to achieve long-term success?
Well, you have to have a goal. You have to write it down. We review our goals every day we sit down in the morning and discuss our opportunities to create business throughout the day. We have a weekly goal that we discuss and everyone's on board with. We have a monthly goal that we want to hit, and we talk about ideas of how we can do that. And then our yearly goal is always something that we're looking at and working toward. But I think that's probably the biggest key, is to have a goal. You have to write it down, and you have to discuss it with everyone involved.
Is your company profitable, or what's your profit from last year?
We've been very profitable. Last 2 years we've grown 20%. The year before last was a little bit rough because of the economy, but we picked it right back up this year, and things are going really well, actually.
How do you build success customer base?
How do we build a successful customer base?
Yes.
Well, one of the things we really focused in on this last year was the customer experience, the patient experience. And our motto, our goal, is for every patient to have an exceptional experience here. And so it starts from the phone call, it starts from when they walk through the door, the person that greets them. We always try to make every aspect of our process as customer oriented as we can. And what that has allowed us to do is to focus in on things like our marketing. We've really focused in on the social media aspects of our marketing this past year, and getting patients to give us their feedback, asking for their reviews, and getting an opportunity to address issues that are not benefiting or have not been good, or to be able to give praise to the people that have been given good reviews and things like that.
How did you decide on the location of your business?
So our location was, we moved our office 2 years ago because the location that the practice had been in for the previous 10 years was on a busy corner in a busy shopping center, but we were tucked in behind a really big box store. And literally people would tell us they didn't even know we were here because they would drive right past us. We moved our office about a quarter of a mile down the road on Highway 141 in just north of Johns Creek. So we're located between the south part of Forsyth County and the north part of Johns Creek, which is both of those communities are very active, very big, and growing. But the most important aspect of our location was the fact that we now have a visibility to the major highway. So we're in another nice shopping center that has a major tenant that attracts customers to our practice, or to our shopping center, and then people actually see us, can see us from the road.
All right. What book has inspired you the most?
I wrote a book several years ago called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I have learned a lot in terms of growing my business and being a business owner, entrepreneur, by understanding people. And I think that the most important thing that I gained from my experience was understanding how to make people happy and how to want them to want to return. That's probably the most important thing for us, is to create that environment that people want to come back. People want to tell other people about it because they're happy or excited about the experience they had.
What is your favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur?
I really love the ability to call my own shots. I like to be able to create my own calendar. I like to be able to have control of my time. I like to have the ability to create the kind of income which will create the lifestyle that I want to have. And being a business owner has given me those opportunities to do that, more so than I would if I were employed by somebody else.
In one word, characterize your life as an entrepreneur.
I think that's kind of what I just said. It's freedom. I have the ability to basically choose how I want to do things.
If you see yourself in your business in 10 years, or where do you see yourself in your business in 10 years?
Well, we just were talking about some of those things this morning. We're looking at adding another exam room and bringing on another doctor, which will allow me to expand the number of patients we can see. It'll also eventually, I'll bring in another doctor, maybe more full-time, it'll probably be part-time initially. And then that'll allow me to take on less the role of not seeing as many patients, so I may not have to work as many days. The business is continuing to grow at a pretty sizable clip every year, so we anticipate that to continue on. It's going to definitely allow me to live my life to the level that I want to, and create the security for my family. That's probably the biggest thing, is security.
What sacrifices have you had to make to become a successful entrepreneur?
Early on, I sacrificed a lot of time. I had to give up going to baseball games and soccer games, and I had to work Saturdays, some days 6 days a week, and you know, maybe not have a chance to do as many of the family-oriented things, which is why I do what I do. And I want to be able to do more of those things, and now I'm finding that I have more time and we can do more of the fun things that people want to do, like take trips together and do nice things, all that kind of stuff.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.